Professor Nick Vaid, thank you for coming to the 5th Congress of the European Aligner Society. Can you please tell me what you think of the Congress so far, and how is this Congress different from any other aligner conferences that you have been to?
I've been to the EAS Congress last year in Torino. I thought that was fabulous. This one's another notch above, and I think that's the best thing about organizations. We grow from strength to strength. I find this conference very unique, and it's very different from other aligner conferences because, aligners for some time, though they've been an advancement that has got everybody talking in orthodontics, for some reason, they've also had their fair share of criticism. And probably so because this specialty is very closely linked to commercial enterprise. This Congress is a breath of fresh air because EAS conferences are about science, where science is priority. There are no company-driven agendas. It's pure science from clinicians, from researchers. Diverse points of view are also encouraged. And what the attendee is taking home is the state-of-the-art of aligner advancements, which is unbiased, filtered, peer-reviewed on the podium. And I think the leadership of EAS, which is including yourself, should really take a bow because in terms of the education of aligners and placing it as a science, as a modality that has got other things to look at, consider beyond corporations that manufacture aligners, I think it's come a long way. And you have all played a huge role in that. So please pat yourselves on the back.
Thank you so much for your very kind words. Can I ask you, what you think is the future of aligner orthodontics? And do you think you were recently awarded with the EBAO honorary membership from the European Board of Aligner Orthodontics? So what is the future of aligners? And do you think we can reach the level of excellence with aligner treatment similarly to fixed appliances?
All right. So this is a question which is very, very loaded and can be answered in different ways. First of all, I'm so humbled to be receiving the honorary fellowship of the EBAO. Having said that, I think the future will be defined by forums like the EBAO because there wasn't a board certification for aligner practitioners. Very often there has been a criticism that why should standards of finish, standards of excellence be different just because we have a different appliance? And that's exactly where the EBAO has taken this concern heads on, saying that, we will evaluate clinicians, their treated cases based on the same standards of excellence that we would hold for any other orthodontic appliance. Aligners are only 20 years into the profession of orthodontics. It's a work in progress. So is the specialty. I mean, we are an evolving specialty. We have always been for more than 100 years. We're always churning and changing things from new information that's available. And that's where we are as far as aligners are concerned. In terms of futures, anybody who thinks that aligners will disappear is living in a fool's paradise. They're here to stay. The percentage of patients seeking treatment with aligners will only improve. So there are two things that the clinicians can do. Understand why our patients want aligners or ask for them and cater to them appropriately. Incorporate hybrid mechanics if we have to, and understand that quality of treatment results is all that we will cater to. Appliances come second. And from a science perspective, analyze what's working, what's not working, and how we can improve our standards. And that's exactly why we need a forum like EBAO in all parts of the world.
So what other pathways for aligner education would you think that should be out there?
Last year, there was a global task force of educators that looked at the WFO guidelines for orthodontic postgraduate education. And I'm pleased to say that orthodontic aligner education was one of the objectives as a module for training in orthodontic programs. The big concern, and I think you've been an educator yourself, you will understand that very often we are not training our specialists in postgraduate programs on the nuances and how to achieve finesse and excellence with aligner therapy in a postgraduate program. So the only source of education for them is weekend courses or congresses, which are driven by corporations. So, where science sometimes goes out of the window. But if this starts as regimented training in postgraduate programs, we will see a more scientific approach to treatment of patients with aligners. And I think that's the direction of the future. And, another thing is regulatory bodies to understand that aligners, after all, are only an orthodontic appliance, and they are best treated by a specialist orthodontist. Whatever be the appliance, when you're treating patients with orthodontic problems, the best person to be addressing them is a specialist orthodontist.
So, on behalf of the board of the European Aligner Society and myself, I would like to give you a very warm thank you to you as well as the World Federation of Orthodontists for being here, and we hope to have you in all our future conferences.
Thank you so much. I'm so humbled, and I hope to be a part of this extended family, and I wish this family success from strength to strength.
Thank you.